Nathanael was a young lad, barely old enough to testify before the Sanhedrin. He was a slight, nondescript young man with curly black hair and a scarred, pimpled face. His only redeeming feature was his willingness to do anything Seth asked of him, even stretching the truth in front of the august members of the council. He had heard Lazarus speak to the little group in the Capernaum synagogue, and had tried to look interested in what Lazarus had told them. They entered the city just before noon, and went directly to the Temple Mount. Leaving the carriage with a private stable a few blocks away, they climbed the massive south steps to the court of the Gentiles. Just inside was a wide staircase leading up into the royal stoa, a huge colonnaded building set east-west atop the south end of the massive retaining wall that supported Herod's temple. Its red tile roof dominated the Jerusalem skyline almost as much as the temple itself. At the far eastern end was the chamber of hewn stones, where the Sanhedrin held court. They stood outside the marble-clad chamber, looking through a wide doorway, watching a bedraggled-looking man being interrogated by several members of the 71-man court. To a man, the council members presented a pompous arrogance that seemed to hang over the room like a cloud. Both the aristocratic Sadducees and the more middle-class Pharisees sat with their peers around a large semicircle. They could face either the leader or the accused by turning slightly. Seth nodded and smiled as he noticed the Sadducees had finally gained control of the Sanhedrin. Men of his sect had been challenging other members for their seats for several years, pushing some of the less schooled Pharisees aside. He turned to his charges and whispered, "This should be easy. Are you both clear now on what you are to say?" And Nathanael nodded, but he could see their foreheads showed beads of sweat. "Well, it shouldn't matter. My friends control this court now, and Lazarus is not here to offer any defense. He's already been convicted. This will just be a formality to activate the sentence they imposed on him months ago. Lazarus refuses to keep his mouth shut, so we will shut it for him. He and his dead henchman, Y'shuah, hatched quite a plan to deceive the people. He won't escape the tomb this time. Lazarus is as good as dead." Within minutes, the council convicted the man ahead of them, and guards wrestled him out of the chamber. One of Seth's older friends noticed him at the doorway and signaled the president that a distinguished guest was waiting. The president turned momentarily to his two clerks and told them to hurry with the documenting of the previous case, then looked at Seth and nodded. Seth swaggered in, followed by Lucas and Nathanael. The three of them stood facing the semicircle of judges. As soon as the clerks finished their writing, Seth spoke. "Most honored and learned sirs, I have additional evidence on Lazarus, the man you convicted some months ago. You warned to stop the spreading of lies about being raised from the dead. These men both heard Lazarus speak before a crowd in the Capernaum synagogue. He brazenly violated your order. Lucas, tell these men what you heard." Lucas cleared his throat and began his testimony. The Sanhedrin president stopped him. "Speak up, I can't understand you, and I'm sure these men can't either." Lucas began again. This time he strained to speak loudly. He described Lazarus's story in detail, without mentioning how small his audience had really been. "Honored sirs, this man was adamant that his friend Y'shuah